I like the two towers better than I do just the one tower. This is much better.
Yeah, I agree.
And I agree with both past Jacob and I. Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Adventure 14 here. This is the series where we take an old survival build that we made long ago, this one being in like 2018 or 2017, something like that, and we transform it in modern day creative. So to start off this episode, I'm going to finish up the decorations on the inside of this guard station and start a second little guard station. This new one is going to defend the back end of the castle where there's very little defenses. As you can see, everything's pretty well defended around the castle except for the back left corner. So I've got to figure out how to make a secondary wall on that back corner and make everything connect up. And just like every other time I build anything, it's going to require some terraforming. Thank God for me that I find terraforming kind of relaxing, because if I didn't, I'd pull the plug. Force flatline, baby. But I think that this tower is in pretty good position to defend from that angle.
Yeah.
And then maybe if we had like a small defense wall, like going between this big chunk of earth here and this big chunk of earth. Guess maybe that's what I'll do. Because that's my it's gonna be my like inner wall design, kind of pretty close. I don't know if it's the same way for everyone else, but it seems to me like the terrain I build on really makes the build. A lot of what makes my build so interesting is building with the terrain. Like obviously you're gonna do some terraforming, but you try to kind of keep it to a minimum. Like make everything look nice, but don't totally make the place flat. I love making things work with the terrain. Actually, that's kind of how life is when you think about it. I'm about to make the weirdest comparison known to man. Get ready. It's like life because in life, if there are no problems, if there are no hills and bumps, it would just be boring. You just get everything you want all the time. 99.99999% of people, if they had totally smooth sailing in life, they'd off themselves. Be like, oh, I'm so bored, I literally want to do anything else. It's like you roll the dice and it's always just whatever you want, and you off yourself. You probably have a pretty hard time doing it too. Gun would keep jamming up, bullets won't fire. This one up here, thinking of bringing this down a good couple layers and then building some defendable position on top of it.
Okay.
So while I set up the path and figure out where everything's going to be, Jacob is working on some of the interior buildings. And by interior, I mean inside the walls, not inside the castle. We need some cool, useful buildings for our courtyard. And one of the main buildings that we need to add is a blacksmith. We're also going to need to add a horse stable at some point, but that will be a little later. The problem with putting the buildings inside the walls is that the area inside the walls is kind of small, and it's just weird spaces that need to be filled. So all the buildings are going to have to be a weirdly unique design.
I need help.
With this thing?
Yeah. You always build the blacksmith. I think every time we've done one of these, and we've done a blacksmith.
Yeah, I do always end up making the blacksmith. I don't know why.
But the blacksmith, we went a little bit nuts, because we did not like the design of the blacksmith at all.
Okay, let me...
I've got like the basic design down here, but...
I think I see what needs to happen, but we're gonna experiment and find out, I guess. Actually,
Okay.
You know what? You can make a lot of very unique shapes with stairs and slabs, but I find you pretty much just gotta mess around with them until you find something that looks right or that you're happy with. So that's basically what I'm doing here. And I was starting to get kind of irritated because usually I find an answer pretty quick, because I kept trying to shoot for some slanted roof design and I ended up not doing that at all. Where something needs to happen is this spruce should be covered, and we either need to do like some kind of like roof design thing, or we somehow make it work with this wall so that like the top of here could be like kind of guard station and this thing's built into the opening.
Because like I don't know, just like putting a roof that looks decent here in that like area is just nasty.
Come off here and work its way down.
Maybe. I thought it looked a little odd when I made it before. Although I hadn't had anything up other than the roof at that point, so...
Yeah, I still haven't figured it out. I'm trying to slant it from back to front now instead of like left to right. I think you guys are going to like what I eventually figure out, though.
So this probably is the weirdest roof design I've ever done, but the disorganization of it really works with the rest of the castle because it's kind of all over the place. And honestly, back in the day, that's how castles and buildings were, because like, no exact carpentry, just make it work. How's that?
Possibly better.
So what we have left to do in our blacksmith is to clean everything up, all the little failed projects that didn't end up working out, finish the roof, light the place up, and decorate. Gotta put lots of different smithing equipment and stuff in there, and all different weapons. After all, if you're gonna be the castle blacksmith, you're probably gonna have a lot of equipment, and armor, and weaponry, and whatever else. Bro, you know what? I wish I could do that with my dating history. Just clean up all the little projects that didn't work out. You can't change her, gentlemen. She ain't gonna change unless she really wants to, and spoiler alert, she does not. So, anyways, we're almost done with the blacksmith. There's a little more to do outside and then also up on the roof, but we're almost there. You know, our first transformation videos were just us transforming villages on like a flat world back in the day. We weren't even doing much to them, but it's this old as dirt 2-episode series. We also did a jungle temple, a desert village, and I forget what else. I'm sure we did some other transformation videos, I just don't remember what they are anymore. The memories of that are all gone, along with whatever part of my brain knew some chemistry stuff when I was younger. Most of that makes 0 sense to me now. But yeah, the details on this are about done, and I think I'm liking it. I hope Jacob also likes it when he comes back, or I'm gonna have to do it again. That was such a challenge to make that look decent while connecting with that wall. Originally, that whole roof setup looked really weird.
What kind of room is this gonna be?
I don't know. I'm not sure if I originally had like a design in mind or not.
Yeah.
But I was hollowing it out. Well, at least for now, I have no clue what to do with that room. At least we have some windows now, but I don't know what to do with the space. So for right now, let's finish up a nice design on some in-between spaces, so hallways and tiny transfer rooms. See if we can figure out a good way to light everything up and make it look nice. Add just a little color back to the room. Oh, and one thing I noticed from when we were recording before, we totally forgot like the water features and stuff. Like this place had like a nature-y vibe to it.
Oh yeah, there was like lava, wasn't there? Or something like that. Was there lava and water or just lava?
There was lava at the end of the hallway. I think it's weird if we add lava, but I feel like the water would be cool. Sadly, we're gonna have to figure all that out in the next episode, because that's it for Jacob and I today. And that's it for me recording right now, because I'm so ridiculously tired. I'm literally falling asleep at my office chair recording this. I had a moment where I was dragging audio files to the correct space, and it was like, okay, 1, 2, and there's the 3rd, and then I went to do the 4th, and all of a sudden I was like snapping my head back up awake, and I had never grabbed the last 2. So yeah, I go sleepy now. Thanks everybody for watching.